Hello Pisces, welcome to your monthly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the month of February 2023. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with these cards and, use your own intuition to go beyond what I'm telling you, okay? Remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And look at that, we've got a Three of Cups to start us out for the month. That's a good thing to start the month with. I think it's going to be quite a fun month for you. I feel like there's a lot of celebration going on, maybe with, the Valentine's holiday coming up, if you celebrate that. It feels like there's a lot of love around you. We're going to do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, and you know what? Let's use the Ancient Italian Tarot for that. This is pre-shuffled, but we're just going to do kind of a random card here. And we're not going to look at it until the very end of the reading, so stick around until the end. And hopefully that will tie the reading together and give us the confirmation that we're looking for, okay? So just looking at things here, we've got some court cards, we've got some air, we've got some fire, water, some earth, some major, so pretty balanced over here. Some major, some water, fire. Yeah, I think, we're a little bit lacking on the air and the earth here. I don't know if there's an issue with communication, if there's some kind of mixed messages going on. We start out with this Three of Cups, okay? And I feel like you're the type of person that really does show appreciation for people, I feel like you're someone that loves to show their affection, show their appreciation, loves to show their emotion and their care for people, okay? I feel like you're someone who tends to give other people the benefit of the doubt. You tend to be a very trusting person. I think this week you have this energy about you that's very appreciative. I'm feeling a lot of appreciation here. So I feel like there's someone in your life that you're really thankful for, and you're trying to express that to them in the best way possible. You're trying to show how appreciative you are of this person and their efforts. Maybe it's in a sort of romantic situation, because there are some indications here that maybe this is a romantic thing. We've got some water in this position. We've got the luster strength card in the past position. So it could be that there's some romance going on here. But even if it's platonic, even if it's a work thing perhaps, or a family member, I feel like you're just you really have this, this intention to celebrate this person this coming week. Okay, I feel there's a lot of love and affection in you, and you're looking for ways to show this person, okay? And I think that's generally your style. I think you're someone who really likes to make sure people know, that they can feel just how thankful, how affectionate, how loving you are, okay? So you go beyond just writing a thank you note. You'll get the thank you gift for the other person, you know what I mean? So it's something where you really like to show your emotion, show that you care and that you're appreciative, okay? And I think that's pretty much what's going on this week, is you have this generous, loving, affectionate, and appreciative vibe. Now, what is actually the situation that's going on? Well, we've got a Ten of Wands here. I think that you are going to experience a bit of a fatigue this week, okay? It could be that there's someone in your life, and it's an idea. There's a few court cards here, so it could be, it could be one particular person, or it could be a group of people, to be honest with you. We'll see if we can narrow it down as we move along. But I feel like maybe you were a bit under the weather, or you felt a bit drained or fatigued, and this person really came to your aid, came to your assistance, was there for you while you were feeling kind of ill, okay? Now, this might not be necessarily a literal physical illness. This could be more of just a general kind of tiredness, a general fatigue, okay? I think there's been a lot going on in your life, and it's kind of taking its toll. It's leading you to feel a little bit run down, I think. Okay. And I think that's kind of the issue this week is your energy level, your vitality. Okay. I'm feeling like a real fatigue here, but that is really, in contrast to this Three of Cups, where you're trying to do for other people. You're trying to have the energy to express yourself, your appreciation, your love, affection, all that sort of thing. Meanwhile, you feel a little bit crappy yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like you're still trying really hard, thinking about the other person, even though you're experiencing this, maybe an illness, but this general fatigue, I think, at the least. Okay? So it's definitely a week for some self-care. It's definitely a week that you're going to have to focus on your physical well-being and your mental and emotional health as well, and just your spiritual health, your vitality. Okay? Because I feel like there was a lot going on in the past, and it seems like there was a real busy period recently, and it's kind of taken, maybe it's run you down a little bit. Now you've caught a little bit of a cold. But something is kind of draining your vitality a little bit. Before we go to the recent past, I do just want to touch on this court card. This is the Prince of Swords. It could be that there was an air sign person that really kind of jumped to your aid or was there for you. This is the person that brought you the chicken soup, or that will be. This could be something that we're seeing towards the middle of the week. Okay, if you're not already feeling the little tickle in your throat or the little sniffle in your sinuses, I think, unfortunately, you will be within a few days. Okay, but this air sign person seems to be kind of they're the ones coming over with the chicken soup. They're the one that will be there when you call if you need a trip to the store for some medicine or anything else like that. They'll be the one to be there for you. Okay, and this could be a romantic partner, but not necessarily. I feel there's just someone here that is very close to you, has a lot of care for you, but they may not be the direct object of your affection. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a love and respect and a care, but there's not like a real spark of romance. Okay, so it could be an ex, or it could be a family member. Something like that, okay? But they're the one to call, and to bring you that chicken soup. In the recent past, with this Lust or Strength card, I feel like this could be talking about a recent breakup, to be honest with you. It could be with this air sign person, maybe this relationship has just recently ended. And I think it's kind of the situation where you took your power back. You decided that enough is enough. You decided that you weren't really happy, that it wasn't fulfilling you, and you took a stand. You made a statement. You made a very decisive move, I think, and you ended the relationship. Okay, but it seems to me, because of the other cards, that you guys are still on really good terms. So it could be that the breakup wasn't because of any kind of real trouble or problem or disagreement or anything like that. It seems like it was just something that you felt you had to do in order to gain your power, to step into your own being, to regain your confidence, or to reestablish your independence, something like that. It's something that's more internal to you than it was an actual issue with the relationship, okay? Because I feel like that you guys there's still a lot of love there. There's still a lot of connection. I mean, they're the ones they're going to come over with the chicken soup. So there's still a lot of affection there, a lot of care. And I think you did get your power back. You did get into more control over your life and your direction. Maybe the two of you just have kind of different life paths, different different prospects for the future, a different idea of what the future looks like. And you wanted to take control. You want to, to have your power and control over your life path. Okay. So I feel like when this kind of illness, or maybe it's a minor injury, maybe, a sprained ankle, or something that's got you staying home, it feels like. Okay. And then I feel like this air sign person is going to be the one to come take care of you. Right. And down beneath everything, we've got this Six of Pentacles. I think that the two of you maybe you had a very, like, a very working relationship, or not working, that's not the right phrase, but a very functional relationship, you know? There might not have been the real passion or the real spark, because remember I said that it doesn't seem like there's really like a lot of chemistry or passion or spark between the two of you right now, but there's still a lot of love and care and concern and respect and affection. I feel like the two of you really had a tremendous harmony. You worked very well together. The relationship on paper was perfect. It was harmonious and functioning and rhythmic and smooth, and there was just, everything was cool. There was no really high highs, there were no really low lows. It was just kind of even Steven. And I feel like that's important to you. You need a relationship or an environment that's going to be kind of harmonious and rhythmic and not a roller coaster. You need something stable, right? There's a lot of cooperation and a lot of teamwork, it kind of feels like, you know? It's almost that the two of you are better as, you know, as friends or as teammates or as, you know, co-workers kind of in a way, like domestic partners, than there was this real spark or chemistry. Okay? And I think that is important to you, but then on the other hand, you want that spark, you want that chemistry as well. So you kind of you want both, you know? But I feel like there's still this foundation of cooperation and respect and care and love and affection between the two of you. And I'm wondering if that, the situation this week with this minor injury or illness, now, you know, thinking about it, it could be reversed a little bit. Maybe they're going to be the ones who are laid up this week with the minor injury or illness, and you're going to, you're kind of going to, you know, come to their aid. It could work that way. You know, there's really, it's not an exact science, okay? But I'm still leaning towards this as you with the minor injury or illness, and they're coming with this care. They're coming with the chicken soup, okay? But take it how it resonates, and if it makes more sense the other way, then that is perfectly reasonable giving these cards as well. But in the immediate future now, we're seeing this Prince of Wands, and now I wonder if through this situation that there's not going to be some kind of a spark, some kind of a fire that's lit between the two of you now. You know? It feels like the relationship kind of stagnated. It was a little too even Steven, you know? But then through this situation, through one or the other of you kind of coming in with the chicken soup, I wonder if that's going to create some kind of chemistry, some kind of spark, some kind of renewed interest, if there's going to be a passionate moment between the two of you. That's kind of interesting just to think that, you know, because of this kind of, it feels kind of like a romantic comedy in a way, right? But while one of you is kind of sick in bed, the other comes over, comes to the rescue with this, with the aid, with the chicken soup, with the, you know, the movies to watch or the comforting things, you know, the comforting energy. And it could lead to something. It could lead to a little bit of this fire, a little bit of spark or passion between the two of you. Whether this is going to go anywhere or not, maybe we can look on the path of the serpent and see what's going on there. Before I do, I want to say that, you know, these tarot cards are always correct. You've heard me say it before. We never get an incorrect tarot card, but sometimes as the interpreter, I might not know how to associate each of these cards directly to your situation. So it's very important for you to try to connect with the images and the energies of the cards and use your own intuition. Okay? So the path of the serpent starts us out with this Nine of Wands. This is a great strength, a tremendous resolve. I think that you're a little bit stubborn. I think when you commit to something, when you commit to a decision, it's really not something that you're going to go back on, you know, if only for the pride of it. Even if you start to realize that, well, maybe I should rethink this, maybe I was wrong, you're never going to say that out loud, okay? You may never even admit that to yourself. So it's, you know, it's a commitment, it's a resolve that you stick to. Because you have this lust or strength card over here, whatever you commit to Right or wrong, good or evil, you're gonna stick to it. Maybe for that sense of pride and just power and control, and that sense of integrity too. You're not going to go back on your decision. So it's going to take a real powerful force to get you to change your mind about this relationship. Okay, but I think that maybe through this minor injury or illness that we see on the path of the dove, that you might actually now be rethinking your decision here. And that's not something easy for you to do. So it would have to be one hell of a spark here in order for you to start rethinking your decision. Okay, and that may happen. I don't know. Maybe the mystery card will give us the final clue that we're looking for here. But the next card we see, this is in terms of your relationship itself. This is the Four of Cups. This is why I was saying that it's kind of like it's not a roller coaster. There are no ups and downs. It's rather even Steven and just kind of baseline. Not stagnating really, but in a sense maybe it is a little bit. It's just not really going anywhere. There were no really high highs, no really low lows. It was just pretty smooth and pretty even, which is nice, which, you like that. You like the kind of rhythm, the order, the harmony, the kind of quiet peacefulness of things, but you also need that spark. And the relationship previously, before this incident this week, didn't really have that. It wasn't really going anywhere. There was no real passion. There was no real fire. There was no turmoil. There was really nothing exciting going on. Okay. But we've got some of this fire energy that might be indicating that something else is kind of brewing here. Something else is getting worked up. Because we've got this, we started out with this lust or strength card. It's kind of saying that, this is maybe what you were missing in the relationship was this passion. And you're taking control over your life, and if something's not satisfying, you're going to go your own way. And then this week, with this drain of vitality, with this maybe under the weather, this minor injury or illness, maybe through this circumstances, through this Ten of Wands, we're going right into this Prince of Wands. So this kind of, this new chemistry, this spark, this some kind of fire is getting started here. Okay, and then we go straight from that, we go into this Nine of Wands, which is you kind of maybe starting to question your decision. But that's going to kind of put you at odds with yourself, because you make a decision, you don't go back on your word, you're not going to, change directions that quickly. It's going to have to take a very powerful force to get you to change your mind on that. So you're in this dilemma, I think. And that's primarily because you know how the relationship was previously. You know that it was rather vanilla, rather just kind of plain and unexciting, uneventful. But then that sparks, so you're just kind of, well, maybe it's different this time. Maybe now something new is happening. We'll see. We'll see. The next card we have is the Prince of Cups. And this is kind of talking about your concerns and your worries going forward. I think it's a situation where it may just be this, because of this incident, that you feel that there's this spark, this new passion, this some kind of chemistry going on now. But you don't know if that's something sincere, if that's something that this other person, which I think maybe is an air sign person, but they don't have to be an air sign person, okay? I don't know their exact astrological makeup. They could be an air sign person. They may have air somewhere prominently in their astrological chart, but they not necessarily a sun sign, air. But with this Prince of Cups, it's kind of, you're unsure what's really going on with them internally. It's almost like you're not sure if they're being sincere or if they're being an opportunist. You know what I mean? Do you kind of... I'm trying to be subtle. Okay. It may seem like they're just taking advantage of this situation to kind of get something. Okay. But they may not really be sincere about it. So this passion could be feigned. Okay. It could be just a put on just to kind of get what they're looking for. But the relationship as a whole, if you were to go back to it, would just be the same old stuff. Because you don't really know if they've changed internally, if there's something now that is connecting the two of you. This chemistry is real, this spark is real, this fire is going to last. Or if it's going to go right back to this Four of Cups. Okay? And I think that's part of the dilemma too, is that you know how it was in the past, and you don't trust that things could be so different this time around, because I don't feel like this breakup really happened very long ago. It could be quite recently, a week or two ago, that this took place. So you're a little bit leery of doing anything going forward or going back, really, right, to that relationship. And that's precisely what we see here with this universe or world card. The end of the week is going to leave you still kind of uncertain where to go. Okay, it could be that you enjoy this fiery kind of moment, this passionate moment here. And you allow yourself to experience that, but you're still not sure if you're going to go back to the relationship itself, you know. So I think the end of the week is still going to see us unsure of where to go, right? This universe world card just kind of floating around out in space, just not really sure yet which way to take off, you know. So I feel like you need a little bit more time to see where things go. You're still going to keep them at a distance, right? So that you can reassess what's going on. Maybe once you recover from this injury or illness, and then you can kind of decide if you're going to try again or if it's not really worth it. Let's look at this mystery card, though, because I'm curious if this is going to give us any kind of a clue as to what decision you might make or what the possibilities really are. Okay, so let's take a look here. Seven of discs. See, now the Seven of discs is kind of talking about a failure on the material plane. It's a lot of hard work, not a lot to show for it. So this is kind of telling me that whatever is happening this week with this fire energy and this Three of Cups, remember that we started with the Three of Cups showing that you're very appreciative, that it feels like when they come over with that chicken soup, right, you're going to get wrapped up in your feelings a little bit. You're going to get wrapped up maybe in a little bit of sensuality. That attraction is still there, you know. And that could lead to some fiery stuff there with the prince. Okay, I hope I'm being subtle enough. But that doesn't mean that there's actually going to be any kind of a long-lasting relationship, that this thing is actually going to work in the long term. Okay, it feels like with the Six of Pentacles that the two of you worked really well together, like you were good as friends. There was a lot of cooperation, very good at the kind of sharing the domestic stuff, or just, you know, that sort of thing, like a team, like a good friendship. This is kind of saying that if were things to move forward, you're going to lose this cooperation, this harmony, this rhythm that the two of you had. So it's almost like the relationship may be more passionate, maybe more sexual, maybe have more attraction and more feeling and more ups and downs and more excitement. But you're going to lose this other side of things that we were talking about with the Six of Pentacles. You're going to lose that harmony, that rhythm, that cooperation, that teamwork, you know? So it's almost like you kind of have to only do one or the other. It's not really going to work if we try to have both, you know? Because this card is like a fiery card. I was talking about the fire that we have here, this passion, this kind of lust and this desire, you know? And then it's also talking about the practical material plane side of things. And there's an incompatibility there for some reason. So it's kind of an either or thing. And maybe that's something for you to consider in all of this and kind of decide what you want to do with that person, if it's just not worth it altogether, if you want to keep them as a friend or as a business. Maybe there's some business thing too involving the two of you. I don't know. The finances are intertwined in some way. Or if you just want to keep them as a distance to just have this kind of fiery energy with every now and again, you know? Because I don't think we can have both at the same time here because of what we're seeing. Anyway, we're going to take a quick look in the extended. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link up here, and you can have access to all of the extended readings for all signs. Okay. This was your monthly tarot forecast for February 2023 on Dove and Serpent Tarot.